Now we are in our unit 3 trigonometry. The important as well as the interesting concept in trigonometry. Even in the previous class you have learnt the ratios, trigonometric ratios, the basic identities and the relations between trigonometric ratios are also. These three are the basic trigonometric identities. Now the degree measure. What is a degree? We used to measure angle in degrees, right? 90 degree, 360 degree, like that we used to measure. So, if a rotation from the initial position to the terminal position of a revolution, the angle is called the measure. 1 by 360, because for one complete rotation it took 360 degree. So, 1 by 360 degree is known as 1 degree. Okay, this is 1 degree. A degree is divided into minutes and minute is divided into second. So, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So, 60 dash. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. So, 60 double dash. This is only the symbol for minutes and seconds. We used to call it as 60 minutes and this as 60 seconds. But now, mostly we use radian measures in trigonometry. What is a radian? So, look at the diagram. Here the radius of the circle is r, as well as here also it is r, isn't it, the radius of the circle. Now, you take an arc or the part of a circumference which has the length r. So, the angle subtended by r, it is the arc, but its length is also r. So, it is a segment of a circle, sector of a circle. If the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc which is exactly measured as radius, or இருக்கிற அளவு ரேடியஸும் ஆர். ஓகே, ஸோ ஒரு லெங்த் ஆர்க்கோட லெங்த் ஆர் எடுத்து அது என்ன ஆங்கிள் சென்டரில் மேக் பண்ணுதோ we call that angle as radian. Look, the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc equal to the length of the radius of the circle is called a radian and it is denoted by 1 radian. Okay, so in the arc make பண்ணுற angle தான் radian. A radian is the most common unit of angle measurement. We used to measure angles in degrees. Right now, we are going to measure angles in radians also. In degree and radian measures. 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degree. How did you get this? I hope you have watched the enclosed video that is explaining radians. So, 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degree and that implies pi radians is equal to 180 degree. We can divide both sides by 2. So, pi radians is equal to 180 degree. So, pi radians is equal to 180 degree means that implies 1 radian. So, 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi. We can cross multiply pi to the opposite side. So, 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi. Okay. So, but as well 180 degree is equal to pi radians. As pi radians is equal to 180 degree, we can write it as 180 degree is equal to pi radians. So, 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180. Both the sides are divided by 180. So, 180 degree cross multiply பண்ணிடலாம். So, 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180 radians. These two are the important formulae to convert radian into angles as well the degrees into radians. Okay, so 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi degree and 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180 radians. convert 18 degree to radians. So, the given formula is 180 degree is equal to pi radians. That implies 1 degree is equal to pi divided by 180. Okay, we need to convert 18 degree to radians. As we know, 1 degree is equal to pi by 180. 18 degree is equal to pi by 180 into 18. So, 18 and 18, 180 will get cancelled. So, 10 times, right? That is equal to pi by 10 radians. Similarly, the next subdivision is minus 108 degree to radians. As we know, 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radians. Minus 108 degree is equal to pi by 180 into minus 108. Okay, we have to multiply it with pi by 180. So, after simplifying, we get minus 3 by 5 pi. So, we can cancel this with 9 table, isn't it? So, 2 9s are 18, 0. Here, 1 9 is 9, 2, 18. Now, we can cancel this with 4 table. So, 3 4s are 12, 5 4s are 20. So, it is minus 3 by 5 radians. Okay. Next example, convert pi by 5 radians to degrees. We know that pi radians is equal to 180 degree. Isn't it? Pi radians is equal to 180 degree. So, with this you get 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi. Isn't it? Pi radians is equal to 180. That implies 1 radian is equal to 180 divided by pi. So, to calculate pi by 5 radians, you have to multiply this pi by 5 into 180 divided by pi. So, pi and pi will get cancelled. 5 and 180 while cancelling, you get 36 degree. Now, the radians is converted into degree. Similarly, next one is 6 radians. So, what we have to do? 180 by pi into 6. 6 can be multiplied with 180 by pi. What is the value of pi? Pi is equal to 22 by 7. Isn't it? Pi is equal to 22 by 7. So, in the denominator, if you write 22 by 7, 7 will go to the numerator. So, 7 by 22 into 180 into 6. So, while simplifying this, you get 343 into 7 by 11 degrees. Okay. This is how we have to convert radians into. Directly we are going into the concept of quadrants. So this system is divided into 4 quadrants. It is the first quadrant and it measures the angles from 0 to 90 degree. And it is second quadrant and it measures the angles from 90 degree to 180 degree. In the third quadrant, it ranges from 180 degree to 270 degree. In the fourth quadrant, it ranges from 270 degree to 360 degree. It is 0 degree as well as 360 degree also. We have to measure the angles in the anti-clockwise direction, not in the clockwise direction. So, it is in the anti-clockwise direction, it is 35 degree. Likewise, in the anti-clockwise direction only, we used to draw or measure angles. If I come in the clockwise direction, if I come along this direction, in the clockwise direction, then my angle will become negative. Okay. I start from 0, if I come to this position, then it is minus 90 degree. So, 270 is also known as minus 90 degree because I measured the angle in the clockwise direction. So, I start from 0 and I took one complete rotation in the anti-clockwise direction and it will result in 360 degree. After one complete rotation, it measures 360 degree starting from 0. Okay, so we can measure angles larger than 360 degree also. So, angles after 360 degree, for example, angle 400 and 400, angle 400 degree. Okay, so it is approximately comes here. Okay, so after 360 degree, I have to measure 40 more degrees in the anti-clockwise direction to draw this angle 400 degree. Okay, so one complete rotation mudicha parahu anti-clockwise direction it will go on. So, it will take for one complete rotation it took 360 degree, for two complete rotations it took 720 degree, likewise it will go on. Okay. So, these angles 0 degree, 360 degree, 720 degree okay, are all called as coterminal angles. Similarly, here angle identify the quadrant of the following angles. So, we have to find in which quadrant the particular angle lies. So, 70 degree, 78 degree, 78 you can tell it is in the first quadrant, easily you will tell that. So, 78 degree it lies in the first quadrant. Yeah, okay. So, 0 between the angle theta and 90 degree, 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 90, it is in the first quadrant. Okay. So, 78 you will tell easily. What about less than only, not equal to, okay. So, what about 900 degree? 900 degree it will take multiple rotations, not only you can measure 900 degree in a single rotation, it will take multiple rotation. How will you find it? So, for that you can divide the 900 with 360. For one complete rotation it takes 360. So, you have to divide the angle measure of the angle with 360 degree. So, how many times it will take? Approximately 2. So, 2 times 360 is 720. So, while subtracting here 10, so 8 and 1, 180. So, the remaining it is 180 degree. So, it lies on the x axis. Okay. In case this angle 900 degree lies on the x axis, we couldn't tell the quadrant for this. Okay. If this angle is 905, what will happen? If it is 905 degree, then 905 similarly 2 times 720, so 5 will come here, 185, 185. So, from this 0, 90, 180, so 185 will come here. So, it is in the third quadrant, here it is in the first quadrant. Minus 40, we have to come in the clockwise direction. So, minus 40 lies in the which quadrant? Fourth quadrant, 250 degree. So, 250 means in this quadrant only, third quadrant only, the angles measures lies between 180 and 270. So, 250 will come here in the third quadrant, minus 250. So, if I start from here in the clockwise direction, so minus 90, minus 180 and minus 250 will come in this quadrant and it is second quadrant. And the last one, it is 526. To measure this, what we have to do? We have to divide the higher measure by 360. So, 1 time 360. So, 6, 52, it is 166. Where this angle will lies? It comes in between 90 and 180. So, 526 lies in the second quadrant. Likewise, we have to signs of trigonometric ratios. Now we are going to learn in which quadrants which trigonometric ratios are positive. Okay. So, these are all the 4 quadrants. We used to name it in the anti-clockwise direction. This is first, second, third and fourth. In the first quadrant, as x and y are all positive, both x and y axis that comes in the first quadrant are positive, isn't it? So, all trigonometric ratios are positive in the first quadrant. In the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive. In the second quadrant, sine is positive. So, its inverse. What's its inverse? Sine. Inverse of sine theta is cosecant. So, sine and cosecant are positive in the second quadrant. When we are coming to the third quadrant, here tan is positive in the third quadrant. So, its inverse cot is also positive. And in the fourth quadrant, cos is positive and its inverse secant is also positive. So, if sine and cosecant is positive in the second quadrant, all the other trigonometric ratios are negative in the second quadrant. We know there are 6 trigonometric ratios. Yeah. So, if sine and cosecant is positive, all the other 4 trigonometric ratios are negative in this quadrant. Similarly, if tan and cot, yes, tan and cot are positive in the third quadrant, so the other 4 trigonometric ratios are negative here. Only in the first quadrant, all trigonometric ratios are positive. So, to remember this, we used to call it as ASTC rule. If you remember this, then you can recognize, you can recall it very easily. ASTC rule. Okay, all students take chocolates, like that you can remember it. So, but it is ASTC rule, that is A in the first quadrant, S in the second and T in the third and C in the fourth. So, sine எழுதிட்டேனா cosecant வந்துரும், tan எழுதுனா cot, cos எழுதுனா secant. Okay. So, here it is 0 degree, here 90 degree and it is 180 degree, it is 270 degree. Now, it is again 360 degree and it goes on like this. Okay. So, for one full rotation, it takes 360 degree, that is the angle at a point. Okay. So, when we are writing the angles in radian measures, 90 degree is also, it can be written as pi by 2. 180 degree can be written as pi and 270 degree and it is 3 pi by 2 and 360 degree it is 2 pi. So, we can write the angles in the radian measures also. So, for the first quadrant, the angles, it is 90 degree. So, the angles which come before 90 degree can be also written as (90 minus theta). Similarly, the angles which comes after 90 degree can also written as 90 plus theta. Similarly, here it is 180 degree. So, the angles which come before 180 can also be written as 180 minus theta. So, after 180, it is 180 plus theta. Similarly, 270 minus theta. Inga 270. So, adukku naduvula 270 minus theta nalu inga da 180 plus theta nalu inga da varum. Here 270 plus theta. Similarly, 360 minus theta also will comes here. Okay, so theta degree here 0 degree, so minus theta also will come in this quadrant. Okay, minus theta, theta plus theta na இந்த பக்கம் வரும், minus theta na will come in the fourth quadrant. Now according to the angle measurement, the ratios will change. We call it as trigonometric ratios of allied angles. How will you identify? Okay, so the sign, the ratios for the sign of the ratios you can decide according to this. In the first quadrant, if it lies, then all ratios are positive. If it lies in the second quadrant, sine and cosecant only positive. Okay, similarly you can in the third quadrant, tan and cot only positive, all the other ratios are negative. Okay, how will you identify the change in trigonometric ratios? So one simple example, one simple clue for that, if it is 90 degree and 270 degree, there is a change in trigonometric ratio. Okay, so change occurs if it is 90 and 270. If it is not, if it is 180 degree and 360 degree, there is no change at all, no change. Okay, for example, we are going to measure for sine 180 plus theta, sine 180 plus theta, sine 180 plus theta, and it lies here, isn't it, in the third quadrant. But here I said for 180 and 360 there is no change. For 180 and 360 there is no change. So sine 180 plus theta is equal to, it comes in the third quadrant. So it remains sine theta, sine 180 plus theta na the cos abdi maradu. Okay, sine theta. What about this? What about the sine plus or minus? It is sine 180 plus theta and it lies in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant, sine is negative, tan and cot only positive, so it is minus sine theta. Similarly, okay, for tan 90 plus theta, tan 90, for tan 90 plus theta, I said for 90 degree and 270 degree there is a change. Y axis la irukkiradhukku change irukku, but not for the angles which lies on the horizontal axis. So tan 90 plus theta, so 90 plus theta, it comes in the second quadrant. Okay, so 90 ke change irukkudu, there is a change. So allied, tan oda allied cot theta. So now tan 90 plus theta will become cot theta. What about the sine? Tan 90 plus theta, it lies in the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, tan negative, sine and cosecant only positive, so it is minus cot theta. Okay, it is equal to minus cot theta. Similarly, secant 270 minus theta, secant 270 minus theta. So 270 minus theta, it comes in the third quadrant, but 270 ki angle and the ratio change irukkudu. Okay, so secant 270 minus theta, appo ratio change 90 ku 270 ku change irukku, so secant will change as cosecant theta. In which quadrant it occurs? It lies 270 minus theta, then in the third quadrant. Third quadrant la cosecant is negative, so it is minus cosecant theta. Here tan secant, okay, cos 180 minus theta. Okay, cos 180 minus theta. If it is 180, there is no change in the ratio, isn't it? So it remains cos theta. What about it? 180 minus theta. It lies in the second quadrant. Second quadrant la cos negative. So it is minus cos theta. So tan 90 plus theta 270 minus theta அப்படி வரும்போது நம்ம மாத்திரோம், tan cot ஆயிடுது. Secant will become cosecant. But when it comes in 180 and 360 degree, sin 180 plus theta, it remains as sin theta. Only sign will change. Okay, cos 180 minus, so 180 வந்தது அப்படின்னு சொன்னா 180 and 360, there is no change. Similarly, cot 360 minus theta. Okay, so cot 360 minus theta. 360 minus theta, it lies in the fourth quadrant. 180, 360, no change in the ratio. So it will become, it will be remain as cot theta. When we are coming to the sign, 360 minus theta, plus or minus பார்க்கும்போது, here cot is negative. So it is minus cot theta. Okay, so it is given as a table, but if you remember it like this, if you learn it like this, then it will be easy. You couldn't memorize the whole table. Okay, thus you don't want to memorize, just you learn the concept, it will be easier.